shut the world down. I can't get hurt if I don't let you in. Don't let you in. Don't let you in. Can do myself now. I bared my heart once, but never again. Never again. Never again. All those names mentioned to my broken brain.
Hey everyone, I'm Mackayla. Welcome to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast. We're going to jump right in with the two hardest questions of all. Who are you and what have you been up to recently?
You first, Brian.
Okay. I'm Brian. I play guitar in the band Mantle. And I guess lately, been working a lot. It's been, probably the thing I've been doing the most.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the band thing you've been doing the most lately is, booking us a tour.
Yeah. Well, doing a little bit of that on the side.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm Connor. I sing and play guitar and sometimes play trumpet in Mantle.
What have you been doing recently?
Also working, but that's boring.
It is boring, but that is life as an adult.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, the disposable income feeds the band, so.
Yeah, so you guys just put out a new album. What has it been like since it's been out now? Like, how does it feel?
It feels great. Yeah, we were super pleased with the response. It's been out for about a month and a half, and yeah, feels great just to have people listening and being able to finally put those songs out. It's great to finally share those like with people because for so long it's just been like us and we've been the only ones that heard it, and it's just been like very much like personal, and it just feels like now that it's out in the world, it's no longer mine, and other people can finally hear it, and yeah, that's exciting to me.
It's been cool to hear. We put out like 4 singles, and it's been cool to hear people say like, "Oh, I listened to the album, and this is my favorite song," and it's not one of the singles.
Mm-hmm.
Feels a little validating, I guess.
Yeah, it's like thanks for actually listening to the album because I'm always like, yeah, people probably won't even listen, but people have been listening, and it's been awesome. Yeah.
So when you were putting the album together, how did you decide which songs you would put out as singles?
I trying to think. Did we ever really talk about? I mean, like we kind of
did. Which ones made more sense. I definitely had to. I felt like I had to argue my case for one of them, which you ended up liking a lot too, which is Green Grove Zone.
Oh, really?
I almost didn't put that one as a single, I think.
Well, that would have been dumb. I think, yeah, one of them, yeah, we were like, oh, what was the other one that we were thinking? Maybe Well of Light and Not Your Enemy was like maybe thought of as being a possibility. And then we just were kind of like, neither of those are really singles. I think Failsafe was pretty obvious because like, I think what people might kind of know us as is like a band that has trumpet. So we were like, trying to like just play into that a little bit, and for that to be like the teaser single, like the first thing that people heard from the new album, I think that was kind of like a pretty obvious choice. And then from there, yeah, I don't know. Down 1,000, we just kind of like, I think that one just came together really well, and we were all super proud of it. So we were like, that should definitely come out as a single as well.
And what was the fourth one? Stand Still?
Stand Still, yeah.
Yeah. Definitely some of the more, I don't know, easygoing of the songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get drawn in, and there's a bunch of screaming tracks.
Yeah.
You're waiting to surprise people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely like to surprise people musically. That's usually the when you surprise like a crowd or a listener, that's what gets them hooked, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because again with the trumpet, yeah, sometimes if someone doesn't know who we are and like we're on a bill with like just some other bands that like it helps us stand out a little more in that way. So And yeah, people seem to gravitate toward that when we do it live. Like you'll hear people applaud when Connor brings out the horn, and yeah, that's always fun. Like when that happens.
So, for somebody who hasn't heard the album, how would you describe it?
Dynamic for sure. Layered. Um, Definitely, immersive. Like it's a good headphone album. Um, what do you think, Connor?
Yeah, and we've talked about how it's kind of heavier than the previous album for sure.
Yeah, there's heavy parts, there's jangly parts, there's
More riffs,
emo. What's that?
more
Riff?
riffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think kind of led to that shift?
I think maybe the more collaborative process of writing this album compared to the last releases. Like the first LP was definitely a lot more like um, just me kind of bringing ideas to the table,
Hmm.
um, and then like the rest of the band kind of filling in their parts. And this one, a lot of it was like we were coming together in the same room and like jamming out these songs. And um, yeah, I think just that kind of is reflected in some of the like more heavy stuff. Because like, I mean, I of course like really like heavy music. Is not like my focal point of writing
Hmm.
normally. So it's like cool to have like more input from my bandmates and like kind of beef up the sound a little more in that way.
What would you say are some of the biggest influences on the album?
Some more maybe like um not as like readily apparent influences maybe would be like Deftones, weirdly. I mean, I
Hmm.
feel like we were referencing them here and there, and like we don't really sound anything like them, but like we just kept thinking of different parts of the albums, being, oh, that's like something Deftones would do, and I'm, I don't know, it doesn't really sound like Deftones, but
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, there was a little bit of like lyrical and vocal inspiration for me from the band Sinai Vessel. I like that guy. Um,
yeah, his name's like Caleb something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes I can just like hear lyrics in his voice and like that just sounds right.
Mhm. Yeah, there's more like sort of like expansive post rock sort of stuff. So definitely like explosions in the sky. Um, that's a big like influence on my songwriting in general.
Hmm.
So some of those more like um, expansive, like building layered parts. I take a lot of inspiration from explosions in the sky. Um, yeah, there's a lot of different things just sprinkled in there. It seems like, we're always pulling from um, different influences, different bands, different songwriting perspectives.
Hmm.
Um, Maybe more subconsciously, I was like kind of drawing on like stuff that I grew up kind of listening to more, maybe like grunge or like alternative from like the 90s, and then
Hmm.
um, like kind of more like the 2000s emo sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
There seems to be a resurgence of that right now.
Yeah, definitely. I know the Warped Tour is like again, which is kind of cool.
It's very, very popular to listen to or to like that kind of music right now.
Hmm. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
even like fashion is kind of going that way too. Very nostalgic for 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm like, what was like, why don't we just make a new take on it instead of going back to what was?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's whatever TikTok is deciding is popular anymore. I don't really know. I don't know how stuff like that gets like, you know, kind of
To the cultural mainstream.
yeah,
Yeah.
like dug back up and, you know, rehashed, but yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, because for sure there were definitely people this whole time who have just been listening to that music and wearing that fashion, but now it's popular.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going back to my scene days. I'm so used to my scene kid days. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that again. But the kids have fun with that stuff. Let them have fun, dress up like that, you know.
You're not gonna do that anytime soon.
No, I don't think so. I'm not gonna
You could
dye my.
always teach us your old band's parts, man.
Oh yeah, I'll have to remember that.
That'll be interesting. So you guys are from the Pittsburgh area. What or how has the music scene out there influenced your work?
I guess I would say that seeing our friend bands do their thing is always inspiring to be like, just put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Um, Someone wants to hear it somewhere.
Mhm.
I feel like maybe they don't directly inspire our style or writing or anything like that,
Yeah.
but they definitely, inspire us to show up for the scene. We have a lot of uh, friends and bands who do a lot of shows, throw their own shows, um, turn up for each other. It's
Mhm.
always great to see that.
Mhm. Yeah, there's it's like just a lot of history in like the Pittsburgh music scene, or just like the Western Pennsylvania music scene in general, which is kind of more because like I'm not originally from Pittsburgh, but a lot of bands from like my neck of the woods, like in the northwest part of the state, like the Erie area. I mean, there was a lot of just like overlap between
Mhm.
Pittsburgh and Erie, and like, a lot of that stuff just like bled together. Like you'd run into, you know, people at shows, and you know, it was all very tight knit. It seemed like, and yeah, I think seems like everybody there's like that level of like I don't know, I wouldn't consider it competition necessarily, but everybody kind of wants to like, um, you know, put their best foot forward
Yeah.
and like kind of, like Connor said, like support each other too. So it's um it's a nice like kind of friendly, um you know tight knit scene that we're a part of, and um yeah, I think that is just kind of you know cool to be a part of that.
So for somebody who is trying to get involved in their local music scene, what kind of advice would you give?
I mean, number one thing that, again, all our friends always say, go to shows.
Mhm.
Um, that's definitely the best thing you can do to like create excitement around whatever you're doing. Is like people see you and know you, support the scene and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So make it more likely that you get asked to play a show or something like that.
Hmm. Yeah, it's been cool. We have enlisted a new bassist within the last year, and he's been very like proactive in the
Mhm.
scene. He saw a problem with not enough venues was kind of the problem. Like
Yeah.
there's just so many bands that are looking to come through, like touring bands. There's new bands that are cropping up in Pittsburgh all the time. There's a lot of young like energy like in the
Mhm.
hardcore scene and stuff like that. So he took it upon himself, and like him and his friend, they help run a venue here in Pittsburgh. It's called the New Low, and they book a lot of shows. It's like I don't know how they do it. Like it seems like every night, and it's just the two of them. And I mean, they have like help, and sometimes like they'll ask me if I can help run the door and stuff. So like it's it just seems like it's that spirit of like just pitching in and like helping out where you can, and like um just trying to put that sort of like good energy out there, and you get that good energy back. So
You always get out of it what you put into it.
absolutely.
People forget that sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not always like I don't know, not always you're not always getting back what you're putting into it, but
Not always.
got to keep trying.
Yeah, at some point you will.
Yeah, for sure.
So for somebody who is just starting their first band, what advice would you give to them?
Yeah, I mean, Connor said it before, just like don't be afraid to like, you know, if you have an idea, just, kind of run with it. Um, and you don't even necessarily have to have like a background in music. You don't necessarily have to, um, know how to read music or anything like that. But, just, if you feel that creative urge, just follow it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and as annoying as someone like me at 16 would feel to hear it, practicing is super important. Um, yeah, especially with like practicing writing. This is something that I mean, this is advice that I need to hear too. Um, the more you like write songs and write music and write lyrics and practice doing that, the more you'll be like satisfied with what comes out of it.
Hmm.
Because it can be really frustrating to like sit on one idea and just be like, ah, this sucks. Why isn't it good? Well, because you're not like flexing that muscle enough.
yeah, no, it's important to just have that sort of like making it a part of your routine almost like
Discipline. Yeah.
discipline is important. Keep with it. Just like you could write 100 songs and maybe only a couple of them are like, you know, good, quote unquote, but like, that's just, part of the process. There's like we have just so much material that like we're never gonna you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just ideas that we like mess around with and it like they are kind of just like the seeds that germinate into like eventually what becomes like the song that we end up like rolling with for like a release. So it just it takes time and patience and discipline like Connor said for sure. But
Yeah. And I learned some of that from this book that Brian let me.
you still have it.
Still
Oh
need to finish and give it
yeah.
back to him, but Jeff Tweedy's How to Write One Song definitely has good advice like that.
Yeah, if you're starting out and you've never written a song or just sort of like getting your feet wet like for the first time, yeah, that's a great book to read. Like it's just like kind of like practical advice. It's not like anything like super like, cerebral or anything.
Hmm.
It's like pick up a book and like look at the words and like pick out words that look cool and then like start working with those as like kind of ideas. So
Yeah.
that's the
And
kind
there's a
of
little some little like anecdotes and stories from his days as a rocker.
yeah, exactly. It's a good read. I love Jeff Tweedy just in general. So yeah, highly recommend that one.
So, how has your songwriting evolved from when you guys first started to where you are now?
It's definitely uh like Brian was saying earlier, more collaborative.
Hmm.
Like we're able to bring ideas to the table and like say, hey, this thing, let's just change this entire part or uh, add something. Um, when I first joined the band, the first album songs were all mostly written, and I was just kind of like adding the lyrics and some of the trumpets stuff.
Hmm.
So now, since we're writing them together, more together, then there's all elements of each of us in it.
Yeah, definitely. Like when we first started, yeah, that was before Connor joined, and we kind of wrote these like kind of longer, expansive songs that kind of didn't have like real song structure to them. There was like, like vocal part and then like ambient part and then like build up part. And then it was just like, like these parts that we kind of put together and there wasn't
Hmm.
a whole lot of like cohesiveness to it. So I think we've really like improved a lot in terms of just like being able to write songs that flow better, um, are more structured. We I feel like we take more of like a less is more approach, which is good. Like we're not just trying to like cram it all in to one song and like, you know, it's just, sometimes it's a little, you know, messy, like, that's part of the process. Like
Hmm.
it's like we start maybe with like a lot of ideas, and then we kind of like are able to like now definitely we're able more like better able to identify like what makes the song good, whether it's like the vocal melody, whether it's like the riff, whether it's like the trumpet part. We're just able to like make that the focal point of the song.
Hmm.
It's like all these like different ideas that are like playing out from the song. So um and that like took me some time for sure, like in learning to like edit myself, and like instead of like a part maybe repeating itself like 8 times just because I like playing the part. It's like, okay, let's like maybe just make this maybe 4 times through, or like 2 times through, or something.
Hmm.
um so yeah, it's just about like I don't know, like cracking that nut and like getting the good stuff out of the song, instead of just like yeah, like here's like this like crazy 7-minute song,
Hmm. Yeah, if you could put all the ideas you wanted into one song, it would probably be very long.
Yeah, no, I mean like um I feel like that's like almost like a jam band in a way.
Hmm.
Like it's I mean like no disrespect to jam bands, there's some I actually do like,
Yeah.
but it's like I don't know, that's you know it's interesting. It's like it's interesting to hear those musicians work and
Hmm.
approach songs because like I don't know, yeah, it's like their brains work in a completely different way,
Yeah.
than as a
Our
songwriter.
our previous uh bassist Scott, who was the one who wrote the bass parts for this album, is actually super into jam bands, and
Yeah,
he's an amazing musician,
yeah,
and he's also a huge Fish fan.
yeah. Yeah, fish is not my thing for sure. So like, you know, just yeah, they're a completely different sort of music than
It's
like
its own, it's its own thing.
it's very much its own thing, yeah. And they have their own ice cream, so something's working out
Yeah.
for them.
They made it work.
Yeah.
I think
The ice
Fish is
cream's
doing
good.
okay.
Yeah.
So, when fans listen to Well of Light, what do you hope they walk away with?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, I almost like don't want to tell people to like come away with just a certain idea or
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
It's like,
What about maybe a feeling? Is that easier?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I would hope that people come away from it, I don't know, feeling like, there was a bit of a catharticness to it, you know, just like feeling of, at the end of the day, like feeling a little bit more hopeful, um, you know, just, you know, hopefully, taking away like a positive message from the music.
Mhm.
Um,
You said catharsis, which made me think of like I kind of just hope that people come away from it with like the catharsis of like listening to a song that they thought went really hard,
mhm.
you know.
Mhm.
There's been a few, I don't know, reviews or people we've talked to that they came away from a few certain songs with like a very different interpretation than what I wrote, and that's totally fine as long as it, made you feel like you didn't waste your time listening to it.
Yeah, just feel something like, I would hate for someone to listen to our album and not feel anything. That
Mhm.
would be like, did we did we mess up somewhere? Like, so yeah, hopefully you feel something, even if it's like, oh, this sucks.
Hopefully not that.
Yeah, I mean that'd be low on my list of things I feel about my music, but
That'd probably be below feeling nothing. Because I feel like nothing is like you're neutral, you know?
I feel like feeling nothing is like you're like I don't know, like just like like you're devoid of feeling. Like feeling is the absence of feeling. It's like kind of like being numb, and that's scary.
Mm.
Like I don't like that, you know.
Yeah, I'd rather be panned by Anthony Fantano than like put as forgettable background music in a show that no one watches.
Yeah.
Okay,
Please,
that's fair.
please review us, Anthony Fantano, and say that.
Yeah, he's listening right now.
Oh shit. Okay.
Soft four.
So, before I ask the last question, was there anything else that you wanted to mention or talk about?
um, I guess yeah, like we kind of said earlier, we're gonna be on tour later this year. We're gonna be doing some dates in like the Northeast and the Midwest in November. So stay tuned for that. Those dates are getting worked on right now. Hopefully, we'll be doing some more next year too. Maybe we can go a little bit more south. Um, West Coast would be a dream, but like we'll see. I don't know. Our drummer has a kid, so it's kind of like hard to schedule
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. But yeah, we hoping to hit the road. I mean, it's been. I mean, I was just thinking about this. Our last like real tour was like 2016 because we tried to tour in 2020. Um, and guess when that it was like literally like
Oh.
2 days into tour, and that was the day that like the NBA like stopped
Hmm.
playing, and like Tom Hanks was revealed to have COVID, and
The
was
terrible Bernie Biden debate we
yeah,
watched in the van.
it was just a bad time, yeah. And like we had a bunch of dates that we had to cancel, and like
Mm,
we were in the middle of like Massachusetts, and we're like, okay, well, I don't think the rest of the tour is happening.
that sucks.
I know, but so I'm excited to get out there. I'm a little nervous. I mean, I hope people come to the shows. I'm like, it's been so long. I mean,
Hmm.
kind of forget what touring's like. It's I
Yeah,
remember it being fun, but
playing it like on a Wednesday or Thursday in a city or a venue you've never been to is a little daunting, but sometimes they surprise us.
yeah, we've been surprised in the past. Absolutely, yeah. Anything we're missing here, Connor?
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we got our t-shirts are cool.
Oh
Come
yeah,
to Pittsburgh, buy a t-shirt from us,
yeah,
or meet us out on tour.
yeah,
Our buddy Nick made them.
yeah. They're really good.
Okay. So the last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
For me, I mean, I listen to music, but there's always like other stuff that I would call a soundtrack before like what's playing on my Spotify.
Hmm.
Like my partner Mel has like specific what is it, Pandora like channels that she listens to like when she's getting ready in the morning and stuff, and like very specific like uh AFI, The Offspring, Less Than Jake, uh what's that one band? Revolutions Per Minute. I can't remember their name. Oh, Rise Against.
I was gonna
Love
say
that.
that.
Like
I
I
hope.
associate that with mornings or like when Mel wakes up. But then also the piano, like the royalty free piano music that the YouTuber that I watch plays. Um yeah. Or my cat meowing. I was kind of distracted by him earlier because I think he wants me to feed him. And there's a cat. My neighbor has like a little chicken coop catio coming out of their upstairs window, and the cat, that's a very chatty cat.
A lot of cat noises. Yeah, I'm with you there because yeah, I'm thinking about like how my day goes normally. So like the first thing I hear is her meowing. Um, so that's like basically my alarm clock. I mean, it has the time she'll start meowing before my alarm goes off. So I'm like, well, that's how my day starts. And then yeah, I don't know. I tend to want to ease into my day if I'm thinking about, just a normal day. Um, so maybe something like, the band Tycho, they're kind of like instrumental,
Hmm.
um, post rock-ish. I think they were kind of like in the chill wave scene or whatever, which is like such a weird genre name, but um, definitely something like that, just like some chill, but also kind of rocking at the same time. A little bit of synth in there, which is nice. Yes, that's the album I'm thinking of. It's exactly that one. I'd probably, listen to that on my like morning commute more than any other album. That Tycho album. Is that Awake? I think that's Awake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably something in that vein. And then like once I have coffee, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. And maybe I'll throw on some, like emo, some pop punk, just something like, you know, while I'm at work, have my headphones on, just something to like,
Hmm.
do some typing to, get the fingers going. Um, um, but then when, maybe I'm grabbing lunch or something, I'm out and about, I'll just hear like a Bruno Mars song on the
Hmm.
radio or something. I'm like, okay, that's another one for the soundtrack, Uptown Funk.
I've heard that on the radio so much recently.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
that song is so old.
Yeah. I guess everyone still loves it. I mean, I don't
It
know.
is a good song.
Yeah. Or it'll be like Sabrina Carpenter, and I'm like, okay, I like this.
I've
Hmm.
been listening to a lot of Sabrina Carpenter.
I mean,
Yeah.
who hasn't?
Yeah. Espresso, like that's everywhere.
Hmm.
When's that album dropping?
The new one,
Yeah,
I think the end of the month. We're gonna look it up.
I am. Please countdown. 7 days.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, or what else came out today? That new Hot Mulligan album. I need to listen to that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And there was another one. It was another Deftones album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm excited for that. But then yeah, thinking about, making dinner or something, I'm home and it's just, maybe time to maybe throw on some like, I don't know, some dinner music. I'm thinking of stuff like maybe like Portishead or something like that, just something, little throwbacky, but at the same time, kind of just um, you know, chill. Um,
hmm.
and then yeah, maybe I'm going out that night and we're going to karaoke or something. And was I doing a karaoke the last time I did karaoke? Probably like I don't know, like some what was that one? Oh man, why am I blanking?
Because of what happens after you sing a karaoke.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, more or less. But maybe I mean I know you've done like Bare Naked Ladies like one week before.
Sticks kills.
Sticks, yeah, yeah. Um, Randy, you're a fine girl.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Every time we're at karaoke, that guy does Randy, you're a fine girl, and I love it. But yeah, it's really, I mean, like it's really all over the place. It's not just like one album. It's
Hmm.
so many different things, and like I've grown to appreciate so many different styles of music from so many different eras that like it's hard not to like want my soundtrack to be like this like really diverse and you know eclectic mix. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I realized what we were talking about at the beginning about like the 2000s. There's so many bands from then that are doing like 20-year album tours.
That's true.
Like I think it was last year or maybe the year before I saw Story of the Year, and then they announced another tour, what, in November, I think, with
Yeah.
Armor for Sleep, and who's the other band?
um yeah, I can't remember.
I'm blanking. But yeah, a lot of those bands like Fall Out Boy from Under the Cork Tree. Well, that wasn't 20 years, but
I
I
think
saw Silver Sun Pickups the other day. They've been a band for over 20 years, 25, I think.
Yeah, that blows my mind. That's so crazy.
Although I guess they're less like the pop punk stuff, but kill me. Who is touring?
Yeah, who was on that tour? I sent you guys the flyer. I can't even remember.
Yeah, everyone's like, I need money. Need a tour.
Yeah.
Census failed. That's it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that one album was probably 20 years old now.
Let it enfold you. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, that makes sense. The resurgence being linked to the tours.
For sure, yeah.
Like My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They've been posting some weird stuff lately, and I hope it has to do with new music.
I hope so. Yeah, for real. Yeah, what was the one was like a game show clip or something?
Yeah. A weird one.
Mhm.
Couldn't figure that out.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Anyway, for all of our listeners who want to stay updated on you guys, potentially see you on tour when you put those dates out, where can they find you?
We're at Frame and Mantle on all social media platforms. And we're on Spotify, obviously Bandcamp. And yeah, we'll be posting tour dates. You'll probably find our link tree in our bios and you'll be able to see all the dates there.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Thanks for having us.
us.
Yeah, have a nice rest of your day.
You too.
Thanks so much.
Bye. Listeners, go check them out and don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, and TikTok at STO Lives Podcast. Thanks for listening.
I shut the world down.